Hello, my name is Rami Cohen. I'm from the Vitka Square in Jerusalem, and I'm just I might amaze you with some amazing news, basically, that will shock you, I think. But I will start off saying that I don't think there's going to be any viewers to this, but if there are any, you're locked out. Well, you can see it right now. You can see it right now. Let me get the all the things off here, the names and all that. This video is about this. See it already? Okay, some people have said that this guy right there sitting, this guy right here, they said that this guy clearly looks like an old man. This is hundreds of kilometers big. Hundreds. It's a huge picture. Really big. This is that is 500 kilometers, 500 miles, something like that. Huge. Some think that this is Moses. Well, it's not Moses. It's not Moses. This is, ready for this? This is, according to Kabbalah, according to Judaism, this is God himself. Doesn't, really surprise you, because, well, God, painted this basically, but that's God himself. But there's another God here. Okay, in a minute you'll understand what I'm talking about. He's right here, and we'll see him in a minute. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. And what I mean that this is God himself, well, it's sort of a self-portrait, and there's a proof right there. What are the chances that the medrash says, this is a medrash, there's not a verse in the Bible that says that in Mount Sinai the Jews saw, the Israelites, they saw a image of a zaken maleh rachamim, an old man, a merciful old man. The Gemara Chagiga adds the yeshiva, sitting. You see this guy? He's sitting. Well, guess what Mount Sinai is? Let me close it up for you. Look at that. See that shofar there? That's what Mount Sinai is, guys. It's right there. There's another picture there. I've seen somebody on the internet thinking that that picture is wow, I noticed another thing here. Every time I look at this, I notice it more details. What is this? What is this circle? Or what is that circle? I noticed this circle, I noticed this circle, and I noticed this thing. And he claims it to be, and it's literally a picture. I see a picture here. It's a picture with a halo around it. See? Well, this shofar right here, and I think I figured out last night, that's Mount Sinai, that's Mount Moriah, and that's the sun, because the sun of Mount Moriah is very, very significant in Judaism. It's where the sun rises upon the world. That's, you see right here, it's a house, sort of like the temple. See clearly a house. Wow, inside of it also there's more mountains here. It's a beautiful picture. And you see something over here. Okay, maybe like what the wall that King Solomon built is standing, the whole temple is standing on. But let's look at this. Let's look at this here. Remember, I just told you the medrash says that in Mount Sinai there was kol shofar, one shofar. Wow, one sound, one shofar sound the Jewish blowhorn that they blow on Rosh Hashanah. Chazak meod, it says very strong. There is a shofar. There's clearly a shofar. See it? Yeah. And guess where Mount Sinai is? It's right here, right around here. It always escapes me, this little mountain that it is. It's a tiny little mountain. Sweet. You see it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I found it. Is that it? Yes, found it. That's it. According to Bing Maps, okay, this is Mount Sinai. Okay, that's Mount Sinai, and notice this. Now look at this thing. You see it better actually. And by the way, Google, if you have any problems with what I'm doing here, if you have any rights, and all that, so tell me about it. Anyway, look at that. It looks like a head, sort of, and there is a big wound here, and there is a, see that, it's literally like a pathway to the mountain, and here it's like a stage. You can see clearly a sort of like a stage here, where the Israelites could have stood around here. That's not a mountain. That's actually the Margelot Tahar. It's where I'm pointing right now. It's the bottom of the mountain. So the Israelites could have stood around here, even around here, and the Torah came down on here and made a big wound on the head of the mountain because it was big fire. You see that? It's like a wound. It's like as if an axe hit it on the head. It says that the mountain, the medrash says that the mountain was very scared. Bing Maps. 1 second. Yes, there's Bing Maps coming up. And now what are the chances, guys? What are the chances that where the Mount Sinai is, there is a picture of exactly what the medrash, not the Bible, the medrash describes as what they saw the Israelites as a zaken, as an old man. See it here too. See him already? You can see him, right? In other words, it's not made up. It's not a mistake by Google. It's real. This thing is real. And there it is. There he is. There's a few more characters here. See here, you can see it very clearly. There's a shofar. And in a minute you'll see, 1 second, you'll see Mount Sinai showing up, I hope. Yes, here's Mount Sinai, you see it? Mount Sinai, 2285. Okay. 2285 meters, 7,495 feet. A foot is also a sort of a Jewish, like a pound. A litra is a pound in Hebrew. A litra, it's called. And a foot also is, I don't remember what it's called in Hebrew, but it's also some kind of a thing. There's something to it also in Hebrew. I forgot exactly what it is, but see, there it is. That's the mountain you saw before. See, Mount Sinai, the mountain you saw before. See that angle here. See that cut. There it is. 74 is Ayin Bet is 72 in Gematria, which is a big number. Is it's 72, but it's 72 with beta kolelim. What's called? It's you add two more numbers because it's two more. You add two numbers for the whole of the whole sum total of the whole thing twice because it's sum total, not a sum total or makifin. There's 22. There's 22,000 sort of like a fiery chariots, merkavot that the Israelites 22,000 is, so it's 2,200. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine for us, no problem. So there is Bing Maps. No, that's okay. What are the chances, guys? What are the chances that's going to happen, huh? in the very same mountain that the medrash says, right, that the medrash says that the Israelites saw a old man sitting. Okay, there's a picture like that. What are the chances? There's a kol shofar, and you want to see. There's another thing in the Bible. It says brakim, arafel. It describes brakim is lightning, and arafel is describing now fog or clouds or something. Well, it says mitocha anan. It says, well, you want to see that? There it is. There it is. See? You see lightning. You see clouds. White fog. Beautiful. Gorgeous picture. Well, you know, it's God again, you know. Big deal. Let me say something to begin with. Very important. Judaism, just like Islam, believes that God is unfathomable, none whatsoever. So what's going on here? The answer is, according to Kabbalah, according to Ramchal's Kabbalah, that's the real Kabbalah, is that we're talking about like this. The Ramchal says that Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, he says that God is unfathomable as what he is by himself. Nothing, not even air, as Rambam Maimonides says, not even air can resemble him. Nothing on this planet can ever resemble him. Nothing you can see. The Ben Ish Chai says the most you can resemble really God with, which is just basically parables, is not real, is letters, the Hebrew letters that you're allowed to, you know, to see God as, but no more than that. It's that spiritual. But God reveals himself in his spheres, in the 10 spheres, in the 10 spheres. And those are basically the 10 spheres here, because first of all, 10 spheres are 10 spheres, you know, up and down, but also they represent a human body. There's a human body. There's a human body here. You saw another human body? Well, if you're sharp in the eye, you saw him already. He's a little bit of a halo too around him, like our old man. Ready? There he is. There's the other guy. Now, what are the chances the medrash is going to talk about this? The very same medrash. As a matter of fact, I skipped because the medrash begins with this guy. See him? Clearly. You can see him clear as day. Not as clear as this guy, but clear. See? There is a head. Looks like a skull, like a scary guy with a helmet on his head. There is an arm. A revealed arm, a sleeve pulled up. Okay, there are legs. There's something here we're going to get into. Now, let's see him a little closer. 1 second. Okay. See him a little closer here. See him very clearly, right? Can't miss it. It's a can't miss. See? Now the amazing thing is, the closer you get, the more you see details. See, now you see details. Do you want to see more details? Here's more details. Here we go. Okay, 1 second. Let's go back a little bit. Again, thanks Google, you're amazing. And the Navy, the US Navy that provides us with these incredible images. Here you see clearly. You see it? There is a nose here. Nose. There are lips here. That's an eye. Can't miss it. There's a little bit of a beard, like a young man, a younger man with a beard. See that? Now you can see it. You see the lips, you see the eyes, you see everything. It's like a Nazi helmet. Frightening. It looks like Darth Vader too. Scary. Very scary. Why is it so scary? Because the medrash says like this. See, this is the Dead Sea, right? Red Sea, sorry. Red Sea, right? The Red Sea is in front of this man. Right here. Well, I believe that this may mark where the Israelites came out of Egypt. Right here. They said there was a tunnel underneath the water. Maimonides says, Rambam says, there was an underneath the water tunnel made out of ice that God created all night long, that they couldn't see. It was underneath the water. And then when Nachshon ben Aminadav, who's from the tribe of Judah, he jumped into the water, then this tunnel revealed itself, and then it could cross the sea right there. I believe it to be right there. Now, to mark it, like X marks the spot, you know. Now, it says like this. The beginning of the medrash is one-liner, just a one line. It says like this. Nigla lehem alayam. It's a medrash in Mechilta. It's called Mechilta. On the pasuk of the verse of I think Mincha Hashem Nidari B'Koach or Mashu Kazo. Well, I think Hashem Ish Milchama. God is a man of war. Yudke Vavke, the name of God, is a man of war. Oh, notice this. This is the right side view. That's the right side view. There's a reason for that. Now, you see that's the right arm. That's the right arm. That's the right side view. That's the right side view. Now, everything here, every detail here has a significance. Everything. It's God, you know. It's incredible. His brilliance is beyond human understanding. It says like this, that Nigla lehem alayam, he was revealed to them on the sea. It's what I believe to be, look how careful I am, not even making even a bit of a comparison to anything on this world to God. Some people read it Kebachur Gibor Bachur Milchama, or Gibor Bachur Milchama. Kegibor Bachur Milchama. As a hero, a young hero to war. Standing to war, standing up to war, going to war. Look at him. Look at the pose that he has. It's a beautiful picture, right? A pose, very clear. He's going to war. Look at his face. Goes to war, right? Kebachur Gibor Milchama. Sinai, and he was revealed themselves, revealed to them, to the Israelites, on Mount Sinai. The Gemara, I think even the Gemara itself, the Mechilta even says that, but I think the Gemara Chagiga says Li Shiva, sitting. This guy is sitting. This guy is standing. And the Gemara says there's nothing more fitting. The Gemara Chagiga says more fitting for a bacher, for a young man, for a younger man to stand, and nothing more fitting. Lo Ya'er, he says the most fitting thing in the world for an old man, an alter man, to sit down. An alter man should sit down, and a younger man to stand up. And that's what's going on here. This guy is standing up. This guy is sitting down. Now, he has a sword in his hand. Yeah? Sword. And why is it right hand? Here you can see the right hand. Here he's holding his sword with the left hand. Yeah, that's not so clear. I'm not so sure I'm going to get into exactly what this is, but you can see faintly an arm that's holding his sword, faintly, and there is, you see a hand, right? You can see a hand the opposite too. You see a sleeve pulled up, right? As I said before. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, God can create human beings, so, you know, what's the big deal for him? But this is nothing. But anyway, that's not that isn't right. Now, okay. Now there's another two images. That's one, and that's another one. You'll see in a minute. And right what the medrash says. The medrash says a standing man, a war hero, to go into war, in a pose going to war. That's what he saw in the sky. And he said, "See, I'm very careful. I'm saying he saw himself. He was himself as an old man. It could be any old man out there. It could be an old man actually looking like this. Could be a young man looking like this. You could find him in the street, but reveals himself as one of those, and then God imprinted this in the ground so people will see it for prosperity, for generations to come. That's what they saw, a hologram in the sky. Also the Egyptians, they saw this guy, and they kept on fighting. Arizal says because the Egyptians, okay, we'll talk about this in a minute, but the Egyptians had, I said this guy is considered to be in Kabbalah what's called Zeranpin. Zeranpin. Zeranpin is a Kadosh Baruch Hu, actually. And again, it's not God himself, it's his spheres, and the Zemarachal says there's what he is, we can't fathom, what we perceive him as. I don't know if I continued it before, but now I'm continuing it now. What we perceive him as is what he does unto us. What he does to us, this is din, this is judgment, this is rachamim, this is mercy. That's what we perceive him as. not from what he is himself, but how he acts upon us. That's all we perceive from him. So this is war, this is judgment, this is mercy. Now, look at this. Okay, a minute to begin with. I was wondering what the heck this is. So I said, it looks like a sort of a. See two eyes here? One eye, two eye. There. One eye, two eye, a little bit of a nose, a little bit of a. So what the heck is this? Then I couldn't figure out. Is that a beard? But what is that? That looks way too too round. But then I turned the picture around, and then it revealed to me what this is. What is this, guys? Right? What is that? Well, all in due times, my friends. Patience, my dear, and you're gonna see everything. Here we go. Ready? 1 second. Let's. I'm a goofball, as you see. But here it is. And let's straighten him up. Right. And let's see it now. There we go. Let's straighten him up for you, so you can see him. There you go. I think you can see it already. You don't have to be so sharp to see it. See it? It's a kid. It's a baby. See that? You see the cap on his head? There's the eye. There's a hand. There's a hand here. He's suckling his thumb. That's his diapers. Sweet little baby. Tiny little baby, right? There's a reason why he's upside down. And Kabbalah will say you this. We'll tell you this, okay? You know what? Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah. And let's do this. No, it's a. All right. See, remembers. I don't get away with it that easy. Okay, so there's a reason why he's upside down. It's between his legs too. Because Kabbalah will tell you this. Now I'm going to teach you some deep Kabbalah. I hope God forgives me for this. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but anyway, I have to do this so we can explain what's going on here. Kabbalah says this. Madonna, you listen to this now. Listen to this. Maybe even know this. I don't know. I don't say this Kabbalist idiot taught you this, but this is real Kabbalah. This is not Kabbalah. This is real Kabbalah. Kabbalah goes like this. This here, it's called a parzuf. It's like a face, but it's it's 10 spheres. This baby, this white little baby, it's called ibul. Pregnancy. Everything in the world, that result says, everything comes from pregnancy, from three things. Ibul, yinikah, muchin. There's a mom and dad of some kind. They have sex. So zivug, bi'ah, they have sex. The woman gets pregnant, and there's ibul, that's the pregnancy. There's yinikah, there's suckling of the milk. And there is muchin, there's growing. There's two growings, gadlut. Muchin the gidlut. There's Gadlut Aleph, Gadlut Bet. There's Gadlut Aleph, the first growth is to 13 years old, and the second growth, Gadlut Bet, is to 20 years old. You can ask anybody, that's in Kabbalah, very big concepts in Kabbalah. This is Ibul. This is Gadlut Aleph. That's not even Gadlut Bet, that's even Gadlut Gimel. Gadlut Gimel, the third growth, is when you grow to be as an old man as this. Even yet, against Ramchal. The Ramchal says that what they saw in the sea and what they saw here on Mount Sinai is the same thing. They could have seen different things because, it's different. In other words, there is a parzuf that reveals judgment. That's this guy. There's another parzuf above him that reveals mercy. That's this guy. Arichanpin it's called. This is called Eranpin, small face. This is called Arichanpin, long face. He's got a big nose too, but you can't really see it here. But it's close. Let's get close. When you really get close to him, you see it. See, there's a little bit of an outline here. I'm following it for you. There was a nose. See? There was a nose, but it was erased. There's a reason for that. God is saying, I'm not so long nose anymore. See, people think that a big nose, you see an eye here, it's a frightening eye, right? See that? The eye of God, and it's always open. And not pikicha, it's always open. Now, a long nose in Kabbalah is good. Not because it was Jewish, because that's how it is. A long nose means like this. Short temper. What's the word short temper? What's short? Short temper means ktsar af. Temper is af. Ktsar af means also nose in Hebrew. Ktsar af means a person who has a small nose or beautiful nose is a person who's short-tempered. A person with a long nose is a good thing, because that means he's long-tempered. He doesn't get angry that fast. He's merciful. Short-tempered is not that merciful, not merciful at all, actually. So that's what this is. Notice another thing. This guy's face is long, 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 long. He's got a white beard that has a face to it even. See that face? There's a face inside the beard. There's a reason for that too. Oh, as we are at that, look at that etrog. See that, like a etrog shape or heart? And look what's next to it. We'll get closer, you see it. Like the tablets. Look at that. Above this, you're going to see another book, Chumash. There. See that, the Chumash? You see that? I don't know if you can see it, but you can Google it yourself. You can see it better. See that? Let's turn around for you so you can see it. See? A Chumash, a book. See that? There's a book here. Not so clear, but it's vague, but you can see it. You know? Now look closely here. My God. That's the name of God. Look at that. There is the Yud. There is the Yud. There is the Hey. Yud K Vav K. There is the Vav. And there is either this, or that. This is more likely. There is a Hey, Achona. Yud K Vav K. The name of God. Also Vav K, but it's Yud K Vav K. Frightening. By the way, this guy has a tefillin in his head. He has a tefillin. This long face guy. It's called Ari Chanpin. See how horrible I am? I'm a goofball. Okay, but what can you do? You'll do it better when you watch it. Look at that. He's got a tefillin. So you can't see it now? You can see it already? It's like a box. Look at that. You can clearly, as Glazazun says, you see a box. But it's real clear. See? It's a box. And you can see a shin. Look at that. A shin. And at the tefillin, the letter shin, sha, is bulging out of the tefillin skin that's made out of the boxes that the scrolls, the Torah scrolls are put into in the tefillin. And there is a shin on one side and there's a shin on the other side. One shin is four sides. Actually, I'm learning right now in the Arizah, in Shara Kavanot, at the beginning, the Dushat Tefillin. So, one shin is four-headed. One shin is three-headed. The three-headed shin is on the right side. This is the right side. There is 1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3, shin. Tefillin. Again. 1, 2, 3. See it? 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. Beautiful tefillin. See his forehead. Even notice even smaller, even another tefillin here maybe, because some people wear 2 tefillins. So it could be another tefillin here. Tefillin de Rabbeinu Tam, tefillin de Rashi. There's 2 tefillins. Frightening. I just noticed that right now. Now, this thing you can study for 1 billion years and never even fathom it yet. Okay? This guy also has sort of a tefillin in his head, but not really. Let's look at it. See? There's some kind of a thing on top. I don't know what that is. But you could call it tefillin. Maybe it's a tefillin you could put over your helmet. Or it's a ha'arai, some kind of enlightenment that comes out of the tefillin that is under the helmet. Can't see it. Now there's a 5th one. There's a 4th thing here. Look at that. You see it? See, there's a person, a woman, sort of. See? Now notice this. She's from the left side. Again. These guys are from the right side. Right side view. This woman, if it's a woman, is from the left side. There's a reason for that. It says clearly in the Torah. The Torah says in Az Yashir Moshe, in the Shirat Hayam, in the song of the Israelites, and Moses sang on the sea. Yemincha Hashem nedari b'koach. The Egyptians were so sick that they made God's right hand, which is usually merciful, they made God's right hand become a judgment tool to kill with. And the other side, Yemincha Hashem har zeh kantay minecha. The Gemara says in Brachos in many places that the Torah nitna biyamin, the Torah was given in the right hand. Har zeh kantay minecha. This mountain acquired your right hand. So the Torah and the splitting of the sea was done by the right hand. So it's the right hand view. But here it's called the Parsuf Anok. See, this is real deep Kabbalah. This is Rashash Kabbalah. This is Israel Verachel over here. This is Israel. This is Ari Chanpin, Israel Sabah Butvuna, Abba Ve'ima, Ari Chanpin, this one. And this is called Yaakov Verachel. Yaakov Verachel is two, but it's actually one. That is the Nukba. It's called. The woman is left. The male is right. The woman is left-winged or left-sided. You see a woman here, and look at that, or maybe a woman. You can see a woman that, that's like a frock of a woman or something that she wears on top, a top of a woman. And look at the hand. It's on her left side on a heart, or on his heart, whatever that is. It puts his hand on his heart. His right side, his right hand, the chesed, the merciness, the kindness, is on the heart that's on the left, but also in the heart is an opening. So he made she's all din, because left is all din, left is all judgment. So she makes this din mitmatek, this judgment to be sweetened up by putting the right hand, which is sweet, over her left side and also over her heart to sweeten herself up. The left hand is raised up. I'm not so sure why, but maybe because it says in the Arizal, also the Ben Ishchai brings it down, Sodechem Kodesh. Before the Netilat Yadayim, when we wash the hands for the eating or whatever, we're supposed to raise the hand above the head. Why? Because at that moment there is a moment of great chesed, the great kindness, and you want the hand which is receiving to make the flow of kindness go through your head. So you put the hand above your head, so your head even should be influenced by this hand, and maybe that's what this is. I'm not so sure. Now might get a little pornographic here. I hope God forgives me for this, but this also looks like a penis. Yeah, this looks like a penis, and even more than a penis. Look at that. This penis has some kind of a semen running from it to her head. That's good. It's zivug. It's called zivug. It's called mein duchrin. The whole idea of, maybe that's what this is, I don't know. I just thought of another concept. I never thought of it before. It's mein nukvin and mein duchrin. The whole idea of Kabbalah is to la'alot mein nukvin. See, a woman has oh man, how we get into this? Okay, a woman has in her body a female water that she secretes during orgasm. When she has an orgasm, she secretes this female waters inside of her body. That's not the squirt that you see. That's not what this is. That's something else. That's what the squirt is only there to tell you, oh, it just happened. You're okay. You did it. That's the part of the body of a human being that's going to be the red side. There's an egg that's also red. There's also another drop in there that's screwed into the egg that makes the person really be what he is, and it makes him male, by the way. And that's the female provides all the red side of a person, all the red things in his body, like the flesh and all that. The white part of his body comes from his male, from his father. The mein duchrin, as we saw, we always see the male waters are white, semen is white, but the female water is red. Tipat odem, it's called. It's a drop of redness, drop of blood that the person is made out of. How great he is. May Allah be great, as our Muslim brothers are saying, and they're right about that. They're right about a lot of things. That's not one of them. Now, let me show you another thing. That's a little faint, but it's there. By the way, this stuff here, this here, is the olamot, could be. The Rashash says that there's ak ve'abiyah, or there's a human being. Ezekiel says he saw kamarei adam, he saw an image of a person above all the other things that he saw. He saw anan, zeh, mitlakachat, esh, fire and all that. And then there is a human form on top of everything. That's the human form, and that's the other thing. That's called the olamot. There's olamot biyah. Beriya, yetzira, asiyah. That's what Beriya, Yetzira, Asiya, Yetzira, Asiya, Yetzira, Beriya, and then there's Kamarei Adam, the Olam HaElokut. That's what this is. Goes on and on. Look at that. Oh, another thing I'm going to tell you about these two. See from space, right? See. Now, take a look at this. This is very important. Ari Hanpin is called long. He's big, he's huge, long. Well, you say, well, you know, it's a small guy just sitting. Yeah, that's what it is. See, he is squatting. He's sitting. He's standing in full length, right? His standing is as big as his sitting. If this man stands up, he will reach his belly button in his head. That's exactly what Kabbalah says. Za reaches Arich's belly button. I can't get into that, but you look it up. You ask. That's what this is. Frightening. Right winged, right side. Unbelievable. And that doesn't mean that people should be right winged in politics. Just the opposite. Because the politics messed it up so much that they made the right left and the left right. Now I'm going to show you another thing here. Left wing people are very merciful, and that's what people should be in their lives. And that's that. Okay. 1 second, let me straighten it up. Okay. Now, there's another thing that I found here. Well, the same area, notice that. The same territory. Okay. You can see it already. There it is. Okay. See that? See a girl? With sort of like the Middle Ages, or from the 1920s, or hair, one to this side, one to that side, like a Mickey Mouse, and there's a face, eyes, nose, mouth, and when you get closer, you see it even clearer. See that? This is what I believe is a Shekhinah. This is the divine presence who's been exiled to the Galut outside of Israel, and she's looking, pouting on her babies, on her children, to be okay in the diaspora. Rachel looked like that. There's a woman in our time that looks very much like this. Two women actually that come. I always watch Channel 1 Israel. So there's another thing. Channel 1 Israel called IBA, whatever. So there I saw two women that look just like that. One is very, very distinctly Sharon Waxler, the beautiful, gorgeous anchor weather woman over there, and another anchor woman that just left recently. Her name is Dalia Mazo, which is like our spiritual mother. They look like that. So look at that. Looks like a little bit like a vagina, right? Shape of vagina. Well, Joseph said, you came to his brother, it says, you came to see the nakedness of the land, the unholiness of the land, whatever, the private parts of the land. Well, Egypt has, Kabbalah is brought down, is Egypt is the private parts of the land. The land is the whole world. Look at that. So you can see it from space. All of the earth. See that? Now, what a goofball, man. When I go up, I go down. And I want to show you another thing in Africa. If I find it right now. you go. Yes. Okay. See this eye here? Oh, there's another face I noticed. Wow. Scary face. Oh. That's hell, you know. So you see this guy, and you see this guy here. Now, yeah, let's go further. 1 second. See? Do you see it already? Can't see it, huh? That's the other eye. This is one eye. That's another eye. Oh God, that's such a goofball. There we go. See? It's like a goat's head. See, 2 eyes and a mouth here. 1 second. Do it yourselves, guys. You know, do it yourselves. You know, see, and a horn here and a horn there. Arrgh, frightening, maybe. Land of the, you know, the dark side of the force, whatever that is. Okay. Now, I found another thing in Australia, but it's not significant. So weird. These images are very clear. What are the chances, guys, huh? What are the chances? Well, that's that, and that's what I have to say. It's not all I have to say. There's a lot more to talk about. There's a lot more to talk about. Well, 1 second, you know, maybe finish it right now. See, this guy here is like a painting, an oil painting. It's very clear. This guy is like more like a charcoal painting, and the girl that we saw before was like reddish, and she's and there's a reason for that too, because so that the Kuba, the woman is, the Shekhinah is described in Shir Shirim, in Song of Songs, as Roshech Darat Ragam, like Sharon Waxler. If you get a picture of her, you'll see. She's a beautiful redhead with blue eyes. And the blue eyes also, it says Tzarech Darat Argaman, your the hair on your head is Argaman, is red, and your eyes are pools in Cheshbon, in Jordan, whatever. It's a city in Sichon. So Brechot means pools that are blue eyes. She's a beautiful blue-eyed redhead. So her whole painting over there we saw was reddish. Here is charcoal because he's din. Din is black. Here is very clear also. Why? Because there's 2 miracles that can happen. Rabbi Hillel explains in his kaballa in Tzfat Hayam and Chanukah that in Chanukah happened 2 miracles. One was a natural miracle, which was the fighting. That's what this is, war. The Maccabees of the Greeks. And there was a way above nature miracle, which is the miracle of the oil-based painting. Oil. That comes from Ari Khanpin, from this guy. It's very high. It's very obvious. 8 days. An oil that's supposed to last only 1 day, it lasts for 8 days. That's a very obvious, you know. A war can go one way or the other, but this, forget it. So that's why his picture is a lot clearer than this one. And that's why it's like oil-based. That's the reason why. And the woman also is always very faint, very weak, very in the back. So that's why the Nukba's painting was very, very faint. If somebody would ask me, what does it say that God is a painter? What, are you crazy? What is he, Van Gogh? What is he, Rembrandt? What is he, who was it, Leonardo da Vinci? Yeah, it says, the Gemara says in Megillah, Ein Sur Ke'Elokeinu. Anna, the mother of Samuel, said, there is no creator like our God. And then the Gemara says a medrash on that, which was a meaning, Ein Sayar Ke'Elokeinu. There's no painter like our God. There it is, it's a painter, a literal painter. Poor Andy Warhol. Looks like a joke next to this. So that's that, and God bless. Let's just go back here to the whole thing. Thank you. Bye. Rami Cohen from Davidka in Jerusalem.